Hello, I am Melody McClellan, CARES Act Coordinator for St. Louis MBDA. I would like to welcome you and thank you for joining the webinar today. You are free to contact myself, Melody McClellan, or Assistant Tamisha Taylor at the St. Louis MBDA for more information. We are here to provide resources, information, and direction to you and your business. So any way that we can help, feel free to reach out. If you have any further questions, I look forward to speaking with you. And thanks again for joining the webinar today.
My name is Walter McKinney, President and CEO of McKinney Group Wealth Management. We're a full-service investment management firm located in St. Louis, Missouri. How to leverage a PPP loan. We know that PPP funds have restricted use. So we're going to be addressing how you as a business owner can pay yourself and pay a spouse and use an individual 401k plan in order to leverage your PPP and create assets that won't be restricted. We will not give tax advice. McKinney Group Wealth Management nor LPL Financial gives tax advice. So before you implement it, make sure you consult with your certified public accountant. This is the PPP leveraging strategy for DNS Trucking LLC. So DNS Trucking LLC is a small company that's ran by David and Susan Williams. And they have a trucking company in which he is the only driver. She actually schedules all the scheduling, schedules the pickup, and she actually runs the office for them. So we're just assuming that they got a PPP loan in the amount of $80,000. They are going to decide to use $70,000 of it for salaries. And again, those salaries could be W-2 or 1099 salaries, but they're going to use $70,000 of the $80,000 for salaries. They're going to commit $10,000 of the PPP loan to paying the what? Lease on their office space, which both of those things are capable to be using PPP funds for. DNS LLC is going to actually establish an individual 401k plan. What that means, an individual 401k plan is a plan for individual owners only. Be advised, you cannot have an employee part of an individual K. So you can have two owners that own 50% of the company each. In this case, being a husband and wife owning 50% of DNS Trucking LLC. Or you could have four owners that's in an architectural firm that own 25%. But all of them have to be owners in order to use an individual 401k plan. So as you can see on the diagram, each one of them, David and Susan, established their individual 401k plan, their 401k account under DNS Trucking LLC. So David has an account under DNS Trucking, and then Susan has one under DNS Trucking. So they're deciding in this case, in this illustration, to take $70,000 and make it $35,000 in each account. David gives himself $35,000 and Susan gives herself $35,000 in income. Now they have the $70,000 in income that they set aside for salaries from the PPP loan program. Once they do that, they have funded their 401k. Now make sure you talk to your CPA because there will be income restrictions may determine how much you could put in your 401k. So again, going back to that, making sure you address that with your accountant prior to making those contributions. But once you make those contributions, you also have a tax deduction for the business in what? 2021. So you created a tax deduction by giving yourself $70,000, and in the 28% tax bracket, I believe on your slide, you should show $19,600 tax deduction for the 2021 tax year. So not only did we make a contribution, which is positive to the company, because the company now has what? Assets in a 401k. We have company assets. So when you go to a bank and you approach a lender, one of the first things they say is, what kind of assets do you have? Well, we just created some. We have a 401k that has what? Has $70,000 in it. And we can also borrow against those 401k assets if you go to most lending institutions. But we're not through with the strategy yet, because our strategy and goal was to take what? Restricted PPP loan money, then use it for salary, but then still be able to have what? Access to the capital. So in order to have access to the capital, 401k plans have what we call loan provisions. So you can take a 401k loan out without any tax implications. So in this illustration, David takes out $17,500 loan. That loan has to be paid back over what? 5 years or 60 months. And it only has to be paid back at 1% over prime. 1% over the prime interest rate. So the question is, where are you going to get money at maybe 1.85 or 1.95? And the answer to that is next to nowhere. So that's A. The next thing, so David takes out his loan, and they take them both at the same time. So now he takes out a loan for $17,500, and he puts it in the corporate account. And you'll see that where you see the little arrows point down to the corporate account. You're going to take the $17,500 that Dave borrowed, and you're going to put it in the corporate account. You're also going to take the $17,500 that Susan borrows, and you're going to put that in your corporate account. Now those funds that just went from your loan, from your 401k, in your loan format to your corporate account, that $35,000 now is unrestricted. It is your capital to use. And I suggest you use that for corporate operations to support the company. The next most powerful thing about this strategy is you don't have to make the first loan payment in the 89th day after you took the loan. So whatever the day the loan funded to you and you put it in your corporate account, 89 days after that day, you have to make the amortized payment at the interest rate that we talked about. So that's the 401k strategy in a nutshell. It's been a pleasure to be with you. I'll see you at the top. Again, my name is Walter McKinney. I'm McKinney Group Wealth Manager. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining this impactful webinar today. If you have any questions, if you like to connect with the speakers, or if you have questions for me, Melody McClellan, the CARES Act coordinator, or my assistant, Tamisha Taylor, feel free to email us or give us a call. We look forward to helping you in the future, and have a great day.